Last year at my summer job at a dry cleaners, a 40-year-old man came in to drop off ironing. I told him it would be ready in a week, to which he replied, "I need it in 3 hours, you silly girl." I then apologized and stated that the fastest we could do it is still a week, and he began to get angry with me. He stood in the front of the shop for 10 minutes waiting to complain about me to my boss. A usual customer came in and asked me how university has been. The man overheard and bellowed at me, "Girls should leave school at 14 and be at home ironing ready for when they are married." So I asked him why his wife doesn't iron it for him if girls should only do that. And he stated his wife left him 10 years ago to pursue a career in journalism. Where I work at home, somebody once came up to me and asked if I was a hippie. I told him I didn't understand what he meant. He gestured to my outfit, culottes and a t-shirt. I told him, "I guess so. I've never thought about it before." He told me if I was he would beat the fuck out of me because he hates hippie cunt like me. He was irregular and wonders why I don't have the same banter with him as I used to. A pretty ordinary middle class woman came to the bar to order her drinks. 5 or 6 if I remember rightly, one for each of her friends. She showed us a voucher which got her 50% off, and so the total bill was roughly 20. She was shocked and said she had no money, and nor did her friends. She got very aggressive with the staff, so we went to get the manager. Once the manager had spoken to them, they seemed happier. Turns out she couldn't be bothered to argue with such impossible people and let them have the drinks for free. The bar I work in is still very set in its ways, and the men's bar only started letting women in about 15 years ago. I am bar staff, so I thought the blokes wouldn't care or notice if I went in. I had just finished work and went into the men's bar for a pint with my dad. As soon as I walked in, I had a load of old blokes whispering about how they don't want a fucking divvy bitch walking in the bar. They soon shut up when they found out who my family are. Working behind a bar, my manager came up to me, having had a few too many gins. He snarled at me and said, "You're not very sexy, but I still think of you when I'm fucking my wife." A very drunk middle-aged man came out of nowhere, reached over the bar and tried to grab my face. He then proceeded to smile at me repeatedly as though I was being incredibly offensive by simply looking expressionless. Understandably, I was shocked, my immediate reaction being to pull away and tell him to fuck off. I got in trouble and he enjoyed the rest of the night guilt-free.
Stag dogs are the worst. One night we had one in and we served them each a burger and chips. They ate none of the food but instead decided to throw them at us as we were making their drinks from across the room. Once they had their drinks, we went to clear their mess. Apparently they didn't want their drinks either, as I ended up with 2 pints poured over my head. It took the bouncers half an hour to kick them out.